Okay. So they want you to cook some books, play around with figures?
More than that, they want me to hide the theft of a colossal amount of money.
I'm submitting this bid because I need to get it in on time. But I've only just formed this organization.
Well, still, the tender procedure requires proper documentation.
You each read out your essays. The highest 6 from all of you would then make the debate team.
Well, I was hoping we could help each other prepare for the debate together.
So, you are the civil servant who's going to change the country?
I'm going to try to.
This tender better come out soon. I'm running out of funds.
What if I know about a company that borrows money with the intention of siphoning that money out of the country?
White-collar crime is still a crime.
It's my daughter, Tomaida. She's been admitted to the hospital.
Are you guys ready? Because I never lose. So anyone who lets a team down will have to answer to me.
Don't worry about how they look, guys. It's all about the size of the brain muscle. Yeah?
How are you?
I'm okay. You came to watch the debate?
Yes. Did you say that I need to meet your teacher?
Oh yeah, she's over there. Madam, this is Mr. Shower.
I know him.
Susan, what a pleasant surprise.
Maybe for you. What are you doing here anyway?
Oh.
Who's that? Susan's boyfriend?
No, I met him the other day. He's a journalist.
Well, I met Ricky. He passed through my offices the other day. We ended up talking and he told me about the debate.
And you were interested in watching him debate? What? Something newsworthy in it for you?
What can I say? It interested me. So, can I watch? I would like to take some videos, some pictures, please.
What you can. It's a free country. But I can't let you film until you've cleared it with the headmaster.
Looks like they know each other.
I don't know.
Where's his office?
That way.
You're crazy. Susan's boyfriend.
I want to know if we can trust you.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. This business, the financing deal that you're supposed to be working on, I want to know if you're with us.
I can't believe you guys can just sit there and lie to the board.
There are necessary evils in this world, and that's our cross to bear.
And who appointed you to be leader and saving grace for everyone else?
You see, Chester, I'm a leader, a business leader, who's just as responsible for how a country is run and developed as the government.
Then don't you think you owe it to your country to conduct business with clear consideration of your fellow person, that you are committed to transparency, accountability, and the promotion of corporate responsibility?
Please, Chester, don't preach to me from the textbook. You see, there's a common misconception that a good leader is the one who does what everyone considers to be right. No. A good leader is a strong leader. One who can make firm decisions for the benefit of his friends and family. That's all that really matters.
In conclusion, I state that history, tradition, and culture tells us that Africa is not and never will be ready for this so-called democracy, as the West have defined it. We had our own system until the West came, and as far as we are concerned, we never had a problem with it. We do not know how to operate in these systems. We do not know how to operate in these systems that have been created by the West.
How long has this been vacant? It's been vacant for quite some time now. It's quite a huge piece of land. It goes all the way, spreads up to the other side. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Here comes the councillor.
Oh, is this the guy?
Yeah. Councillor, how are you?
Fine, and how are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Yeah. How are you, sir?
Make sure he has it done. Councillor, how are you? How's everything on the ground?
We're
ready for this election?
Very ready for elections.
You know, I'm relying on you, huh? We have to give out some incentives to our voters.
No problem. Listen,
on Saturday, you need to come with me to the market so we can give out a few items. You really believe I can bring development to this area? Huh? You know, development is also good for you. When we give you development, also your pocket will develop and we shall move on. You understand? Here's a little something. I want you to make sure all the other posters are brought down. All the other campaign materials are brought down. Make sure that we win this election, whether by crook or by law. Do you understand?
No problem, boss. Nizala unda usiku na mzua nzachosa any poster.
Quite alright. You know, money is not a problem. There's more where that came from. Even here where we are standing, you've seen this place here. We shall build a fertilizer plant. That is more jobs and more money in your pockets. There's more of that where it came from. Do you understand?
Nivera, boss. Nivera.
So no matter what.
Boss, mtanda ulavo winner. You have already won mawina kudala, boss mawina.
Yes.
Kazi ndiye mtanda ulavo na usadwara yai. Ni mawina.
Yeah.
Manje boss. Kamenezo bwe hapa. Na pesa ma media guys. Media guys anyamata mama journalist amtolankani hapa.
Media guys?
Yes. Wapanga ka office kuja kumbuyo kwa market kuja. So chamene chanivuta maningi chani wawa. Apita hapo funsa bantu ma marketeers ma questions.
Huh? About what?
I think they are here to make troubles. If they approach you akakubwera kuli mwa media,
As the word implies, corporate means company. So really corporate governance refers to the governance of corporates, the way the power is utilized in a company. But really corporate governance should refer to good corporate governance, how the corporates should be run properly for the benefit of the shareholders.
Oh, Chester, come in.
Mr. Kalenga?
Come in, Chester. Well, you wanted to speak to me?
Sorry, I've never done anything like this before.
Just tell me what you know.
I need to know that I'm doing the right thing.
Well, if you are reporting corruption or criminal activities, then you are. But do not worry. You will be protected.
And now representing Munali High School and proposing the motion, democracy and good political government. Is it a reality for Zambia? The first speaker, Ricky Banda.
The speaker from the opposing panel would like to make us believe that democracy is an idea from the West. He would like to insult our intelligence and make us seem that we too do not know our history, our tradition, and our culture. But we do. History. The first known incident of democracy or democratic process was in Greek. And it is a well-known fact that Greece got its ideas of development and civilization from Egypt, which is an African country. So it is good and well for us to say that democracy came from Africa. Tradition. Zambia in particular is perfect for democracy. Why? Because we are peaceful, God-fearing people, and this is so much a part of us as if it is in our DNA, inherited from our forefathers.
Put your hands up in the sky. Ready, put your hands up. Put your hands up in the sky. Just like Jordan B.
Culture. Culture is defined in the dictionary as a particular society, a particular time and place. Zambia is the place, and this is the time we need change and development. And this is the culture that we as sons and daughters of this nation stand for.
Imagine
a bold new initiative
by Africans for Africans that wants you to speak out on the things that matter to you.
Education,
the economy,
health,
the constitution,
good governance,
a process that asks for all of us to participate,
a chance to talk about what our problems are
and how we can solve them together.
Your voice is the difference. Speak out on the change you want to see.
You can make a difference. Be heard.
Get involved and get it solved.
My voice counts, your voice counts, every voice counts.
The African Peer Review Mechanism APRM is a tool for ensuring good governance and has many benefits for Africa and for Zambia. It is about governments and people working together to improve their countries. There are many ways to participate in the APRM in Zambia. Every voice counts.
Under the African Peer Review Mechanism, democracy and good political governance is one of the 4 focus areas that ensures that the rule of law succeeds. The electoral process is independent and free from manipulation. That the human rights as well as economic, social and cultural rights are protected. And that government is accountable to the people. This is a clear example of a functional democracy in which it is recognized that good governance is essential for development by voluntarily joining the APRM and agreeing to its goals and principles, that Zambia is practicing democracy and it is working.
On a serious point of contradiction, Chairperson. House of Intellectuals, I would like to remind the Speaker from the opposing delegation that this is not a debate of fiction, but a debate of fact. Just because that is what the APRM intends to do does not mean that is going to be a reality. How can he say that they are working when in actual fact 3/4 of the world of the population in this country are unemployed and without the basic needs of a human being? No. Yes.
I would like to thank my opponent for raising that valid point.
Unbelievable, anyway. But do you have any proof of what you've told me?
They gave me a file. It's Terrence's masterpiece. It had all the instructions and details to me.
Yes.
I was supposed to shred it after reading, but I didn't.
The only way any democracy and even the APRM can work is when there is wide civic participation ensuring good political governance and economic management, access to justice, the freedoms of expression, association, assembly, promotion of human rights, fighting corruption, decentralization, quality public service, function of parliament. These are elements of democracy, an independent and efficient judiciary. The motion at hand and the bone of contention is democracy and good political governance. Is it a reality for Zambia? And in answering that question, we must ask ourselves this: is Zambia ready for this? Is this what we want? If our answer is yes, then what will be our reality?
Then bring me some hard evidence, and action will be taken on all these bad guys. Then justice, I can assure you, shall be done.
Point of interjection. If ignorance was a horse, you would be the one riding it. How can the speaker from the opposing panel suggest that issues such as corruption cannot be dealt with in a democratic system? Let me be the one to educate the panelists, as I see they're in great need of it. The APRM is designed to also enhance public will towards fighting corruption in the political sphere. Corruption, as we all know it, occurs at different levels. For example, major corruption, theft of major amounts in the public economy. Middle corruption, for example, diversion of budgetary financing, and petty corruption, which are bribery for favors. Corruption, my esteemed colleagues of the House, is a deadly cancer that erodes any substance of good democratic structures.
You know that's not what I meant.
That's sense.
Anyway.
Democracy and good political governance aims at ensuring that the rule of law succeeds, the electoral process is independent and free from manipulation, that the human rights as well as economic, social and cultural rights are protected, and that government is accountable to the people. Visit www.aprmzambia.org.zm for more information about the APRM in Zambia.
My voice counts, your voice counts, every voice counts.
Congratulations, you were great.
No, you were great.
You got best speaker. Anyway, would you like to come to my house for lunch tomorrow?
Me? Would I like to come to your place for lunch?
Oh yeah, it's my birthday, so I'm doing something, you know, nothing big. It'll be cool, but if you can't, you know, really, I understand.
No. I mean, I'll be there. I'm just surprised that you'd invite me.
But you're my friend, aren't you? And I'm inviting my friends, so why don't you give me your number so that I can call you to give you directions?
My number, my phone.
Yeah?
I broke my phone just the other day and I really haven't had a chance to have it replaced. It was the N95 and you know how hard it is to find a replacement for those. But you can write your directions here.
Oh, okay, cool. So you come down Kwacha Road and then you turn this way. I'm not sure what the name of the road is, but the plot is 4145 and it's a black gate. Okay, so
4145.
yeah.
4145.
Yeah, 4145. So I'll see you tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
A95, huh?
Susan!
What is it?
Wait, I know things didn't end properly the last time. I was thinking maybe we can, get together so I can explain properly why.
I think you're 5 years too late.
Susan, please, give me another chance.
Sure, there's nothing to talk about. And I'll just appreciate it if you left me alone.
Excuse me. Sorry
Yes?
to stop you. Are you Chester?
Yes?
Oh, somebody wanted to see you.
Who?
Some guy named...
Hey, you made it. Jack, you as well. How are you?
Hi, this is food.
Thanks. You didn't have to do all this, you know.
Sorry, I didn't know whether it would be appropriate or not.
Okay, come on in. Come through. I was sitting outside. Come through.
No, this is very interesting. You say, the African peer review mechanism, you say?
Yes, and I think what really needs to be appreciated is the true value that the African peer review mechanism adds to a country. The first is the voluntary joining or agreement to go through with the process.
And we should imply that, this process is not being forced down our throats, by the external powers,
Exactly. And that should mean that we'll be able to keep it going on by ourselves. It won't die off because we are the ones who want it to happen.
Now, what about, the issues about people, or let me say the things that people go through in our, communities?
Well,
how do we get those, things sorted out?
Well, it will expose the defects or problems in the various forms of governance in the country. And then we discuss these defects and how we can correct what is not working well. It's a cycle of three things: finding out what the problem is, making a program of action to sort the problem out, and lastly, tackling the problem.
Wow, it's been great meeting you, Emma. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known about all this. Thanks, man, I'll see you.
But you never answered my question. Would you be interested in becoming a citizen journalist?
Wow. I don't know really. I lead a very, very simple life. I won't get into trouble.
No, sir. The beauty of this APRM process is that it wants people to talk. Look, I've just come back from seeing my daughter close to death. I'm not a doctor, so I can't save her myself. But I can make sure that I speak out to make sure that she and many children like her get access to proper health care.
So what you're saying is that this APRM is a solution to all our problems?
Of course not. The APRM can't solve all our problems since most of the problems are so deep-rooted. Problems and challenges exist, and we have to be courageous in order to find ways to solve them by ourselves. The solution has to come from within.
So tell me, what can I do?
you can be heard. If the only thing that you can do is use your voice, then use it. But if you can use your hands, then use them too.
Economic governance means creating well-functioning and accountable economic institutions or mechanisms which citizens regard as legitimate, in which they participate in decision or policy formulation that affect their daily lives, and by which they are empowered. That is economic governance. It's creating of all these accountable institutions, mechanisms in which they participate for their daily lives and they are empowered. That is economic governance.
The African Peer Review Mechanism APRM is a tool for ensuring good governance and has many benefits for Africa and for Zambia. It is about governments and people working together to improve their countries. There are many ways to participate in the APRM in Zambia.
My voice counts, your voice counts, every voice counts.
Number called is not answered. The mobile number you dialed is either outside the coverage area.
Hello? Mr. Kaleng?
Yes, Mr. Mabi. Do you have those items?
Yes, I do. But there's something else. Listen, you said you were going to protect me. You tried to kill me last night.
Who? When? Listen, Chester, you have to come in. That's the only way I can help you.
I don't even know if I can leave. I don't feel safe. You have to come and get me.
Okay, calm down. Just tell me where you are and we'll come and get you.
I'm in some motel.
Give me the address of where you are.
Sorry, Hillary, I'm late. I've been busy filming stuff for the TV show. So, when do you sign the contract?
Shara, I'm sorry. You didn't win the bid.
The development of a nation is not the job of government alone. It takes everyone's participation in every city, every town and every home. This is the APRM cornerstone, so remember that you're not alone. And speak out, because every voice counts. Speak out. Don't you be part of the confusion, cause you're the African solution. Speak out. And empower the woman if you protect her rights in these times, don't you know? Cause no voice is too big or too small. Break the silence and let me hear you answer the call. Speak out. For human rights and free and fair elections throughout Africa. Speak out. Because every voice counts, yeah. Speak out. Because every voice counts, yeah.
Speak out, because every voice counts.
Speak out. For good governance